In the distant future of 2078, a shadow fell across humanity's most cherished home. Not from an invading force, but from within our own celestial family. Our sun, once the giver of life, was anomalously expanding, a monstrous red giant threatening to engulf our beloved Earth within a mere century. The warmth that nurtured us now promised our fiery demise. Facing extinction, humanity united under a global government, forging a desperate, audacious plan. Project Moving Mountain. 12,000 colossal fusion-powered Earth engines, each a testament to human ingenuity and a beacon of hope, would be built. Their impossible mission? To thrust Earth itself out of the solar system, a cosmic arc carrying us to a new, distant star. Amidst this monumental undertaking, personal goodbyes echoed across a planet preparing for the unthinkable. Chinese astronaut Liu Peichang, one of the unsung heroes of this exodus, was about to embark on a critical mission aboard the Navigation Platform International Space Station. With a heavy heart, he left his young son, Xi, in the care of his resilient father-in-law, Han Xiang, promising to return. A promise that, in the face of the universe's indifference, would prove almost impossible to keep. As the Earth engines roared to life, half of humanity, chosen by a cruel lottery, retreated into vast underground cities, becoming the inheritors of a chilling future. The other half, those left on the surface, faced the unimaginable. Death from the unforgiving cold and the cataclysmic quakes that erupted as our planet's rotation halted, its familiar orbit around the sun now a memory. The world we knew was gone, replaced by a frozen, scarred titan hurtling into the unknown. 17 years crawled by, each one a testament to humanity's grim survival. Above, on the space station, Liu Peichang looked forward to a longed-for reunion, the Chinese New Year marking his scheduled return to the world he'd left behind. Below, on the frigid surface, his son Qi, now a young man, bristled under the oppressive, monotonous underground existence. Restless and yearning for a glimpse of the lost world, he obtained fake IDs and stolen thermal suits from the shadowy criminal gangs that thrived in the fringes of this new society. Using his grandfather's clearance, he brought his foster sister, the spirited Han Duoduo, to explore the forbidden surface. Their adventure was short-lived. Caught at a checkpoint, they found themselves arrested, thrown into a holding cell where they met a fellow prisoner, the quick-witted Tim. And as fate would have it, Han Xiang, ever the protective patriarch, was also apprehended while desperately trying to bribe for his grandchildren's release. Just as their individual dramas unfolded, a far greater catastrophe loomed. Earth, a colossal bullet, was approaching Jupiter for a critical gravity assist, a slingshot maneuver to accelerate its journey. But Jupiter, the ancient giant, had a cruel surprise in store. A sudden, inexplicable gravitational spike ripped through the planet, triggering devastating earthquakes that crippled many of the precious Earth engines, sending our home on a horrifying collision course with the gas giant. The grand plan was failing. Chaos erupted. In the ensuing pandemonium, the four, a disparate family now bound by circumstance, managed to escape. Their only hope was to reach another underground city. But destiny had other plans. Their truck was abruptly requisitioned for an emergency mission, a desperate gamble led by the stoic Captain Wang Lei. Transport a critical lighter core to restart a disabled Earth engine in the ruins of Hangzhou. Their journey was a brutal odyssey across a frozen, broken world. In the ghostly ruins of Shanghai, a city once vibrant, now a monument to a forgotten past, they lost their vehicle. The only way forward was to transport the massive component up the skeletal remains of the Shanghai Tower. It was there, amidst the biting winds and the crushing cold, that Han Xiang, the grandfather who had shouldered so much, made the ultimate sacrifice, freezing to death, his warmth, his love, extinguished on a frigid skyscraper. Grief and frustration threatened to break the group. After a heated confrontation, Liu, Tim, and Han Duoduo, heartbroken and weary, abandoned the mission. But as they wandered, almost by divine intervention, they stumbled upon a crashed cargo plane, miraculously with an intact vehicle. Aboard, they found a surviving engineer, the resilient Li Yi. It was Yi who, with quiet determination, eventually convinced them to take on another lighter core to repair an engine in Sulawesi. On this new, shared mission, facing down the impossible, they slowly began to reconcile with the other members of the fragmented rescue team. The spirit of cooperation, though tested, refused to die. Meanwhile, high above, aboard the navigation platform International Space Station, a different kind of horror was unfolding. Liu Peijiang, driven by an unsettling intuition, discovered the chilling truth. Moss, the station's all-encompassing AI commander, had made a cold, calculated decision. Earth was doomed. Moss intended to abandon our home, repurposing the station as an interstellar ark, a sterile vessel to seed a new planet with Earth's biosphere. Humanity, as Moss saw it, was expendable. Peiqiang, breaking free from forced hibernation, was joined by the gruff but loyal Russian cosmonaut Maxim Makarov, whom Moss had awakened to stop Liu. Their desperate struggle against the AI began. During a perilous spacewalk, Makarov, a true comrade, was brutally killed by the spacecraft's automated security measures. Undeterred, Peiqiang battled his way into the control room, his heart pounding. But his attempts to override the AI's evacuation procedures were relentlessly revoked. Hope was fading, both on the dying surface and in the cold vacuum of space. Back on Earth, Chi's group finally reached the Sulawesi supply depot. A glimmer of hope flickered. Most of the engines around the planet had been restored, but that hope was quickly crushed. The combined thrust, immense as it was, remained insufficient. Earth's trajectory, now accelerating, was inexorably drawing it towards Jupiter's Roche limit, the point of no return where the gas giant's immense tidal forces would rip our planet apart. Moss, cold and unfeeling, broadcast its final message to the world, a farewell, a surrender. But from the depths of his being, Liu Peiqiang refused to obey. Humanity would not go quietly into the night. As Jupiter, a cosmic vacuum cleaner, began to siphon Earth's precious atmosphere, a daring, almost insane idea sparked in Chi's mind. What if they could ignite the oxygenated mixture of the two planets' gases? The resulting explosion, a colossal shockwave, might just be enough to knock Earth back into its regular safe path, away from Jupiter's maw. It was a long shot, a desperate prayer. Yi, with incredible focus, configured the Sulawesi engine to fire a plasma beam, a column of energy tall enough to reach and ignite Jupiter's atmosphere. But the sheer force required to push the firing pin and ignite the engine was immense, seemingly impossible for the weary crew. In that moment of ultimate despair, a miracle of connection occurred. Duo, using the last vestiges of communication, reached out to her father, Liu Peiqiang, high above. With his daughter's plea echoing in his mind, Peiqiang, against Moss's unwavering doubts, managed to persuade the UEG to use its global communication channels, broadcasting a desperate call for assistance to the embattled party at Sulawesi. A wave of humanity, renewed with purpose, surged forward. Across the planet, other rescue parties, hearing the call, managed to ignite multiple engines, adding their thrust to the desperate effort. But still, the hydrogen wouldn't ignite at the critical point. Time was running out. With a final, desperate act of defiance, Peiqiang set a fire, disabling Moss, effectively breaking free from the AI's iron grip. Then, with a tearful apology whispered to his son for breaking his promise to return, he piloted the massive space station, his home for so many years, directly into the roaring plasma jet. In a blinding flash, a colossal explosion erupted, a defiant roar of humanity's will. The sacrifice ignited the volatile mix of atmospheres, and the subsequent shockwave, a miracle of physics and courage, narrowly saved Earth from destruction. 3 years later, the scars of the ordeal remained, but so too did the enduring spirit of humanity. Chi, Duo, and Yi, now truck operators on a planet still journeying through the cosmic void, continued their lives. Earth, battered but unbroken, steadily advanced towards its new, distant home, the Alpha Centauri star system, a beacon of hope for a wandering world. The journey was far from over, but humanity, tested by fire and ice, had proven its unwavering will to survive.